He was perhaps the greatest running back the game has ever known. And on the day he set the NFL's all-time rushing record, his uniform was sent to the Hall of Fame. His own arrival was only a matter of time.
Hi, I'm Walter Payton. My induction into Pro Football's Hall of Fame is an honor that will always be special to me. But that honor was made even more special because my son Jarrett presented me for enshrinement, something that no other son has done for his father.
Your friends and your fans, I say congratulations too.
We're both thrilled with the hall itself, the treasure chest of football history with its regal enshrinement gallery, its action theater, its authentic mementos and exhibitions. From 100 years of pro football, the hall does more than celebrate the game I love. It lets the future touch the past.
The Hall of Fame, where legends never die and the season never ends. This message furnished by the National Football League.
Wow. First of all, I want to thank Chicago Ideas Week. This is unbelievable to be able to be around people and to have ideas. And like we were just talking up here, this is where you get some of your best ideas. Watching that video makes me choke up a little bit because of my haircut that I had back in the day. I knew I never ever will get away with that. But when I think about my father, I think of being able to be so blessed to have 19 years that I got to spend with him. So not only did I have, my hero, my best friend, my leader, but I also have my dad who was there for me all the time. And people always ask me, what's the greatest lesson that you learned from your father? It's a short story. I'm going to try to speed it up. I don't have much time. 11 years old, my dad took me to Toys R Us. Told me, son, you can get whatever you want. I walked in. There was nobody in the store. He shut down the store for 2 hours. This is around Christmas time, ladies and gentlemen, in Schaumburg. A busy time. Shut it down for 2 hours. I walk in. I have 7 people with me waiting with carts saying, come on, let's go. So I'm picking out stuff. I'm throwing Nintendo 64s. I'm grabbing all types of stuff, footballs, basketballs. And then I hear over the loudspeaker, my dad said, don't forget to get something for your sister. So I had to go get Barbie dolls. I had to go get some houses and all that stuff. So we ended up packing the Jeep Cherokee full of toys to the brim. Had to help each other to get it closed. My dad and I normally would take a left to go home, and we end up taking a right. Where are we going? We get to an apartment complex about 15 minutes away. My dad looks at me and says, go open up the back. I gave him a look like, what are you talking about? All my toys are back there. They're going to fall out. Then he looked at me again with the look that he always would give, and I said, no, he's not messing around. Let me go open up the back. And that day, all those toys that I thought were mine were going to 2 families that weren't able to have Christmas. So the idea that was planted inside of my brain was, it's not really about you, it's about giving back. The biggest thing that I could ever learn. It's not about me. It's about being able to know that I'm fortunate and I'm very blessed to be able to give back to people that don't have what I have. To see the joy on these families' faces when they got these gifts, priceless. But it was that day that I realized, you know what? I want to be a part of something. I like foundation work. Not only being a part of a foundation, but also a foundation at home, and that was family. My dad also taught me as a young kid, he always would tell me, son, people are always going to tell you can't do something. Use that as fuel to the fire to get better. Never stop. He told me that faith and family go together. Got to have strong faith. You got to have a strong family. And then also the last thing was never ever give up. In his words, never die easy. It showed me the kind of person that my father was, is after he found out he was sick and he was not able to give a transplant, this man went to go do a PSA to tell people that they need to become organ donors. Knowing that you're going to lose your life. You're not eligible to get a transplant, but you're still telling people out there that, you know what, you should go do this. That happened from Chicago going from the bottom to the top now. It's been that way ever since he did it, his PSA. My mom did her PSAs, and then me and my sister came after. Charles Tillman's been a part of, organ donation, but now Illinois is shot up to the top. It goes to show one person can really affect everybody. It can affect everything. But I look at my dad as being a person that affected Chicago tremendously. But I think when he got sick, he didn't really understand how much Chicago, truly loved him. And at 19 years old, not really knowing and going to Miami and saying to myself, at the time where I really needed him the most, he wasn't really there. But all those ideas and all the stuff that he implanted into my brain, I started to use. And every single year, I started to understand more. Why did my dad always tell me that when he had Payton Power equipment that I had to go working from the bottom up? For what? Why? I'm your son. You should have me working somewhere nice in the AC somewhere. Why outside in the hot, scrubbing down dirt? Because my dad always taught me, and he said, you got to work your way from the bottom up. I am so glad he was so hard on me, because it's made me into the person who I am today. And March 26th, hopefully on March 26th, my wife and I will be expecting our first little one. I have no clue what it's like to be a dad, but I had a great one who I live with, and every single night I will tell my boy or girl, I will read them a bedtime story, but every night I will tell them a story about how great their grandfather was. And to me, that's going to be special, because being able to know kind of the past will always help out the future. And so, please, anything that I said a lot of things today, and I've said it when I was up here, take something with you and use it in your road and your walk in the road of life. I appreciate it. Thank you, and God bless.